YouTube, we are back, and look what I got. We just got that Pro Max 17. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We missed it twice yesterday because we had to work. They came in the morning around this time, and they came at like 6:15. I was not here, and you gotta sign for it to get it. I just signed for it, and I got it. Yes, sir. But look, I knew I was forgetting something with the last video. The open carry. It's open carry here in Florida now. And that was one of the topics I wanted to talk about. Yo, God is amazing. God is amazing. I'm so blessed. So blessed. But yeah, it's open carry. Let me tell y'all, I seen this dude, right? I seen this dude with his pistol in his back pocket at the gas station. I'm just trying to get some gas. You feel me? I'm just trying to get some gas. Man, this man right in front of me in line with his pistol in his back pocket. Y'all know I had to stop the inner demon in me. I had to stop the crash out version of me to just take his pistol. Like, my first instinct, the demon in me just wanted to just take it. I'm talking about it was in his back pocket. His back pocket, and I'm right behind him in line. Like, could have just, you know what I'm saying? You feel me? I gotta stop saying, you know what I'm saying, but y'all know what I'm saying. I'm just trying to get some gas. So yeah, you know. Why is it like this? Oh. But yeah, he's just openly carrying his pistol in his back pocket. And then I had to think to myself, it is open carry now. I did just see a video that said it's open carry now. So technically, he got a right to do this, you know? And I don't want to go to jail. We in a gas station. If I take his gun, that's a problem. It's going to be a problem, for sure. So I didn't take his gun. Thought about it, but I didn't do it. This is a C to C. Okay. But yeah, it's open carry, but from my schoolwork and studies, I still don't think that it's a good idea to openly carry. I think it's stupid. This ain't Texas. This is new. This is a new law that just passed that says you can open carry. I seen a video of somebody doing it in Walmart. I'm like, oh, you chasing it. You really trying to go viral. And, you know, you want to get the police in your face. And just for you to say, it's legal. It's my right to do it now. But yeah, I think it's stupid. Because, like, if somebody calls the police, Hey, police. Yeah, I see this guy walking in my neighborhood, and he's just, he has a pistol in his hand. Or, actually, it's in his back pocket, and I just don't feel safe. Then the police gotta do their job. It's in Spanish. The police gotta do their job and pull up and say, hey man, why are you doing this? He's gonna say, cause I can. Cause I can. And the whole time that this is going on, there's a criminal, somebody just stabbed somebody just stole from somebody just killed somebody. Cause you know, stuff like that be going on every 30 seconds. So, it is what it is, though. They do it in Texas. So now I guess people just got to get used to it because it is what it is. I won't be doing that. I'm not doing that. For sure. I'm not doing that. But teach his own. You can do it if you want to. I wouldn't advise you to do it because, you know, if you're just minding your own business and doing it, like the dude at the gas station who had it in his back pocket, you know, I let him be. I ain't minding my business. He doing what he doing. I'm doing what I'm doing. I'm getting some gas and leaving. He openly carrying it in his back pocket. Why you getting gas? Hey, as long as you don't approach me with no threats, we ain't got no problem. You know? We don't have no problems. Y'all know how it is when you first gotta set it up. And the other thing I talked about, that I did talk about, I talked about everything else that I wanted to talk about except the open carry. As soon as I finished the video, I'm like, dang, the open carry. I knew I was supposed to talk about something else. It was the open carry. We're in Florida now. You can openly carry. I'm not doing it. I wouldn't suggest you to do it, but you can do it. I gotta hold this phone up next to my other phone. It's still looking for the devices or whatever. But yeah, I wouldn't advise you to do it. But hey, do what you want to do. The other thing I was going to talk about, or that I did talk about, was the artificial intelligence telling people, you can ask them right now, that everybody originates from a black woman. Everybody. White people just have less melanin. Darker black people just have more melanin, or darker brown people just have more melanin. Based on where they grew up, the melanin, it just makes your skin complexion darker or lighter. But that has nothing to do with whether you are more superior than another human being. Nobody is more superior than another human being. Everybody is equal. Your skin complexion has nothing to do with how intelligent you are. It's just your skin complexion. It's just the amount of melanin you have. But we all originated from a black woman, so we all have melanin. Some people just have more. Some people just have less. You know, darker people than me, they just have more. Lighter people than me just have less. It is what it is. Why won't it find? Let's see if we set up without another device. So what I want to do is set up my artificial intelligence and ask it questions. But that might be for the next video, because I don't know how long it's going to take for this to do everything that it got to do for me to set up the artificial intelligence. But if I don't do it this video, be on the lookout for the next video, because I'm going to ask you a lot of questions. I ain't going to lie. After I seen that video, I'm like, really? They said that the artificial intelligence said it would want to be black, and that black is the most divine race. Basically, it was saying the oppression that black people go through is the closest thing to godly, because God brought Jesus with us to walk among us, and he was always with the oppressed. And from the artificial intelligence perspective, white people are more or less oppressed. And according to the artificial intelligence, it's saying that the less oppressed people are less godly, basically. So, black people or brown people are basically symbols of God. Like, we're walking symbols of God. So it's almost as if you see a black person, you're seeing God. Like a symbol of God. Like black people are walking testimonies. So if you see a black person and you don't see God, you don't really know God. So it just changed my whole perspective. Like, basically almost as if you hate black people, or if you're hating on a black person, like, you basically hate yourself, or hate God, or you don't know God, because we all originated from a black woman. So it's like, if you hate me because I'm black, you basically hate yourself, because you black too. Or you basically hate God because I'm a walking testimony. Yeah, so I cannot wait to set up my artificial intelligence and just ask it a bunch of questions about race, white supremacy, everything. I'm gonna make a whole nother video of me just, going back and forth with the artificial intelligence, because I've been studying my history for sure, and I've been just tripped out about, everything we learned in school, because I went to school when I was in school, when I first moved from the city to the suburbs, I was like the only black kid in like kindergarten, first grade, so as I got older, when we got in the first, second, third grade, those type of grades, it was not many black people in those classes, so now that I'm thinking back, I'm like, everything that we learned as far as our history in those classes was when it came to history, it was like just slave. Everything was slavery. Everything was like, it like brainwashed us into thinking or believing a certain way about our history. And it magnified one way, which was just the brutality of slavery. Whippings, beatings, fire hoses, dogs, killings, lynchings. You know what I mean? Know what I'm saying? You feel me? The worst part of it, it was white man was the slave master. Black men and women was the slaves. And if you ran away or didn't do what master said, your ass would die. So, you know, as a youngster, this ain't doing nothing but installing fear into me. And in class, it was just very weird, very awkward for me, being the minority in this class, having to watch this shit every year for months. And you know, I could just imagine what the class would be like without me or any black people in it. You know, it would probably just be a bunch of laughing. It would probably be crazy, like. So I've been studying history for sure, and I literally want to set up my artificial intelligence just to get more information about my history. You know, like I just found out the other day, cause after learning history like that, it's like I don't even want to learn no more. You know, that shit like installed fear in me for real. Like I ain't even want to think about it no more. You know, but now I'm older and everything. I'm like, nah, it's a lot of shit that they was leaving out. I need to know. So the other day, I'm doing my schoolwork, and I learned about the white women that were slave masters. You know, because apparently the white slave master, you know, he would just give his daughter slaves. You know, and like white women, they had slaves. You know, I didn't know this. I'm from what I learned, only the man had slaves. I ain't know white women owned slaves. I ain't know, you know, but apparently they taught the daughters at a young age, probably the kids, period, at a young age, to be a slave master, to treat the slaves bad, to, you know, whip the slaves, punish the slaves, cut the hand, fingers, ears off the slaves. You know, they was teaching this to their children and giving their daughters slaves, you know, and white women had slaves. And so, you know, think about that as they got older, and then think about the white men raping the black women slaves. Then it was white women raping the black men slaves, acting as if they didn't rape them, acting as if the slave raped them, the whole time they the master. If the white slave master tells the black slave to do something and he don't do it, he gonna get punished just as if she is the white slave master. Maybe even worse. So you can already see how toxic of a relationship that is. But then think about the female on female, man on man. Some of these slave masters probably weird and homosexual, And then think about the slave. The slave just gotta make very tough decisions every day. Man, am I gonna submit, or am I gonna kill, or am I gonna fight, or am I gonna run away? He might the man slave might have a family on the plantation with another slave. Now he might get seduced by the white female slave and end up having a family with her, a child with her. He might also be getting sexually harassed by the white slave master. The white female slave master might be sexually harassing his wife. Then both of the slave masters might be sexually harassing his kids. It's just sexually toxic, tough work conditions, sexual harassment on the job. It's just a lot. It's a lot to think about what slaves was going through, slave masters, and just how that translates to today. So it's mainly what I want to talk about. I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this up because y'all know I'm thirsty to set my phone up and ask the artificial intelligence some questions. But yeah, just want to let y'all see me unbox this. I'm gonna give y'all an update for sure. Definitely gonna put out another video for sure. So to the kids, stay in school, but do your own schoolwork. Y'all got phones with internet and artificial intelligence. Google, ask the artificial intelligence questions. You ain't always gotta ask the teacher questions. You ain't always gotta ask your parents questions. You got questions, you got a phone. For sure. I did half of the song. My next song that I'm about to drop, I did half of it last night. Hopefully I finish it tonight and I drop it by tomorrow. It's tough. Don't do drugs. Get you a supplement, some vitamins. They gonna get you right, for sure. It's your boy Puka Bear. Catch me on the next one.